we're going to be talking about things that you should not do on a cruise. I'm Audrey Hyman from the Hyman Travel Network. We specialize in cruises. And I will tell you a little bit more about our cruises at the end of this video. If you had a chance to see my previous videos, you will have seen some things that you can do if you are a first-time cruiser. Well, today I'm going to talk about things that you should not do on a cruise ship because these things could ruin your vacation or they might even get you thrown off the ship. So, what are some things that you should not do on a cruise ship? First of all, when it says no smoking, it really means no smoking. There are areas that you can smoke, but you should only smoke in the designated areas. A lot of times people say, well, I'll just go on my balcony and, it's late at night and nobody can see me and I'll just go on my balcony. And so what people try to do is that they will go on their balcony, they'll smoke, and then they'll flip the cigarette off to where they think it's going to be in the ocean. And 9 times out of 10, even if it's a clear night, there may be some wind, and that wind will blow that cigarette back into the cabin below or on the deck below, and that's an easy way to start a fire. So never ever smoke in your stateroom. You can really be put off the ship if you are caught smoking in your stateroom, in the bathroom, or on your balconies. Don't overdo your shore excursions. Don't try to get in everything at one time. I've seen some people try to book 3 shore excursions in one day. Just because your ship is going to be docked for 10 or 11 hours, if that long, don't try to do too much. Take your time. Remember, you are on your vacation. So enjoy the ship, enjoy the excursion, but don't try to overdo it. Don't pig out at the buffet. There's going to be food all over the ship all day and most of the night. So don't just take a lot of food and end up wasting it. Now, when you go into the buffet areas, on some ships, you even have to wash your hands. There's a sink that's at the beginning of the buffet where you have to wash your hands. If the sink is not there, then you're going to have to use hand sanitizer. We don't want you to be sick. It's there for your own safety. Once again, don't try to eat too much. The average person will gain about 10 pounds on a cruise. So if you're eating for 5 days straight, 3 meals a day and snacks, or 7 days, 3 meals a day and snacks, you're going to gain some weight. So don't pig out. Also, don't overdrink. If you drink too much, you're going to end up getting sick. You're going to end up being in your stateroom, and you'll be miserable for 2 or 3 days. So don't overdrink, don't overeat. Use sunscreen. And if you're my complexion, you may think that you don't need sunscreen, but you do, because the ocean reflects the sunlight. And so it's even more dangerous than if you're on a beach. Use sunscreen. A lot of people want to do teeth whitening on the ship. And of course you can do that, and it's much cheaper, but remember, the chemicals that they use will make your mouth sore for at least 2 days. So you don't want to be on the cruise ship, have nice pretty teeth, and then not be able to eat for 2 days. So if you're going to do it, if you really need to do it, then do it on the last day before you get off the ship. Take your phones off the chargers. You are using roaming charges. Put your cell phones on airplane mode. Or if you don't, and if you don't buy the package on the ship, then you're going to get off and you're going to have a huge, huge cell phone bill. So remember always to keep your phone on airplane mode. Carefully choose your cabin. There is a difference in cabins. You don't want to be too close to the swimming pools because you're going to hear the noise all day. You don't want to be over the you don't want to be over the theater area because they're going to hear people practicing for the shows and then while the shows are going on. And there's 2 shows per night. So you don't want to be over the theater or too close to the theater. And you don't want to be too close to the elevators. You may think that that's good to be close to the elevators, but you're going to hear that elevator noise, especially if your cabin is right next to the elevators. So you want to try to get someplace in the middle of the ship because when the ship is going, if it's moving, it's going to move like this. You're going to feel it at the front of the ship and the back of the ship. So try to get rooms close to the middle as possible and somewhere on the 5th or 6th or 7th deck. Not too far up and definitely not below category 4. Wear the right shoes on the ship. You may want to do flip-flops and that's okay, but heels are a no-no because it's very, very slippery. Always keep your passport on you when you go off the ship. Once again, I said that before. Do your research before you go. Know what port you're going to. Know what you're going to see when you get there. Don't be an ugly American. Be kind to the people that you meet on the ship and off the ship. And always beware of your personal belongings, especially if you do a European cruise and you're going in areas where there is a lot of tourist people. Pick the right cruise line. For families, you may want Disney. For Carnival, it's more for like a fun ship. If you want Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, it's a little step up and you're going to get a little different service. So know your cruise line. Important papers, always keep them with you. Stay away from the internet for a while. You're on vacation. You don't need to be checking the internet all day. But if you want to, you can purchase a internet package on the ship and you'll know about that once you get on. Remember, you have neighbors in the next cabin. Keep your noise down. The walls are very, very thin. And just have fun. Remember, it's your vacation, so you need to have fun. So before I close, I want to tell you a little bit about some things that we have coming up. We have a Seafood Lovers Halloween cruise. If you love Halloween, you'll love this cruise. We're leaving from New York City. The date is October the 27th, and we're sailing up the Eastern Shore to St. John and Halifax. So it's going to be a fun time. Remember to bring your costume. Also, I'm focusing on Princess, so I'm having a Princess cruise sale with a reduced deposit. If you want to go to the Eastern Caribbean, the Southern Caribbean, the Western Caribbean, or if you want to do a Mediterranean cruise, leaving from Barcelona or Rome, then I have those cruises too that I can book cabins for you. Australia and New Zealand may be on your bucket list. Princess goes to Australia and New Zealand as well as Alaska. We have a convenient layaway plan where you can put a small deposit down, sometimes as small as $100, and then you can choose where you want to go and when you want to go. Contact me on Facebook, Hyman Travel Network, or on my personal page, Audrey Hyman, where you can find out more about our cruises or tune in to my website, www.Hyman Travel Network or www.Hyman Cultural Tours to find out about our tours and our upcoming trips. Have a great week and travel for a purpose. Bye.